Hello everybody, Mark Campbell here from ITD. I'm joined tonight by Stiles Salick, project engineer, specialty construction, and Idaho Lines and Signs. We're out here to conclude our I-84 video series. Our intent was to be here as the cones were finally taken away and the third lane was opened up just in time for the morning commute. Unfortunately, we had some issues. So, tonight, we have Stiles here. Stiles, thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Mark.
Stiles, I got several questions for you, but let's start off with the obvious one. Certainly, there is a process to opening up these lanes. You can't just open them up at willy-nilly and cause chaos, so I'm sure there's a process. And also, tell us what that process is and what happened tonight? Why couldn't we open it up?
Sure, Mark. Yeah, so we actually have crews out here right now working to restripe the interstate, but we first need to obliterate the traffic lines, the old traffic lines. And the problem with tonight is we had some weather come through, a thunderstorm, and we can't paint on wet pavements or when the temperatures are too low. We need time for the paint to cure and adhere to the surface. So unfortunately, with the weather that came through, we're only getting to the obliteration tonight, and we're going to have to wait to finish the final striping and when weather permits.
So typically, I would say that really by this time, on a typical April Idaho day, we usually do have those temperatures, and it's a little bit drier than what it is now.
Yeah, of course it can be, but as you know, in Idaho, the weather can be very unpredictable. And in the case, we plan our best to look for those weather windows, try to predict what the forecast is going to be like. And we thought we're going to be able to make a good call tonight to stripe. But this particular thunderstorm hit the Nampa-Caldwell area pretty hard. And unfortunately, just like construction happens, you just got to account for weather and reschedule and work around these types of issues.
Very good. So, Stiles, when we finally do open up these third lanes, when weather permits, how big of a milestone is that for ITD, for Canyon County, and pretty much anybody who drives in this area on I-84?
Sure, yeah, it's actually a huge accomplishment. The contractor started work on this stretch of the interstate in the summer of 2020, and they were able to pretty much get close to finishing this project on time, pending this weather issue and finishing the striping today, but also we're able to do it within budget.
That's fantastic to hear. So what are some of the other improvements that the community can see that was part of this I-84 widening project?
Sure, yeah. So the I-84 mainline project had various other little projects associated with it. So as part of this project, we replaced the Franklin interchange ramps. We added sound walls near the U-Stick overpass, as well as one right here off to the left of me. We're at the Franklin interchange area here in Caldwell. We reconstructed the Linden Street underpass, as well as the Middleton overpass. We have widened shoulders and various other storm sewer system improvements, culvert and irrigation crossings, all constructed as part of this project.
That is fantastic. Fantastic news for the traveling public. As soon as we do get this open, all three lanes in both directions. So Stiles, last question for you. I was wondering, what's next for construction in Canyon County?
Sure. So about over the next month or so, we're going to be finishing up some cleanup activities out here on the interstate. So there will be some intermittent lane closures as we finish up a couple of small remaining punch list items. Later this summer, we're going to come back and overlay some of the bridge decks through this corridor. And we expect to have the U-Stick overpass project finished up this summer. And we're going to start a project later this summer in August to continue the I-84 widening from our Franklin interchange here all the way to the Centennial interchange in about 2 miles to the west of us.
So you're going to keep it on going.
Yep, keep it on rolling down to the west.
That's fantastic. And so from what I understand, it's going to be 3 lanes all the way to Centennial when that work is complete.
Yes, and then we'll have some auxiliary lanes between the interchange ramps. So they're working to finish the development of that project, and should be going to construction later this summer.
Well, that's great news. So Stiles, thank you for joining me this evening. It's been a pleasure having you out here. Unfortunately, we cannot open up this 3rd lane tonight for the obvious reasons. But I would like to let our viewers know that they're going to be seeing a lot more of you in the coming months as I am handing off the microphone to you for the construction video updates. Those are, as you said, going to start up later this year.
Yeah, that is correct, Mark. I know I have some big shoes to fill, but I'm looking forward to continuing to provide the construction updates on I-84. So if you would like to learn more about the construction updates and learn more about the project, please visit itdprojects.org/84 corridor.
See, you're already a natural.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah. I like it. So on behalf of ITD, I would like to thank everybody for their patience as we continue construction through this I-84 corridor. These projects are to improve safety, mobility, and economic opportunity for everybody. And I guess that wraps it up, Stiles. As a final note, I would like to say that everybody keep in mind that this is Work Zone Safety Awareness Week. So remember, when you're driving through the work zone, slow down and pay attention. Thank you, everybody. This is my last video. Thank you for sticking with me through all these years. I really appreciate it. It's been a fun ride, but Stiles is going to do a great job. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.